Hello everyone, welcome to this class. In this class, we are going to deal with standard form. This is a very walkover class, it's very simple. So what is standard form? Standard form is when you are expressing a number as a product of that number and 10. So let's start. So first thing we are going to check out is, what is the powers of 10? When you have 10,000, or let me start with 1. Let me start with 10,000, 100, 10, 1, 0.1, 0.01, and 0.001. So these are like the powers of 10. This is like 10 raised to power 3. This is like 10 raised to power 2. This is like 10 raised to power 1. Like 10 times 10 times 10, 10 times 10, and 10 just 1, that's 10. This is like 10 raised to power 0. Remember, law of infinity, any number raised to power 0 is 1. This is 10 raised to power minus 1, or you can call it 1 over 10. This is 10 raised to power minus 2, or 1 over 100. Hope you're making sense. And this is 10 raised to power minus 3, or you can call it 1 over 1000. So what does standard form do? The standard form is like you are given a number and you are told to express that number as a product of that number and 10. Let's take for example, when you have 5, 6, 7, right? I will be told to express this number in standard form. This number is the same as 5.67 times 100, right? Which is written as 5.67 times 10 raised to power what? 2, because 100 is 2. There is more to that. 10 raised to power 4, 5, and the rest. The same thing applies to the negative side of it. Because when you multiplied this number by 100, it gives you this number back. The best way to go about it is just count the number of 0, 1, 2. So shift. If it is positive, you shift right. If it's negative, you shift left. Just shift 1, 2. So we are getting the number back. It means that the decimal point will now be here, which is 567. Let me solve the next question. Maybe like 97530. So how do you know the number we are going to? So always assume there is an invisible decimal point here, and move till you reach to the last point. Only the last number is the only number you cannot touch. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. So we counted 4. So it will now be, it means that this invisible decimal point is now here. So what you are going to now have is something like 97530. The invisible decimal point is here. Since we counted 4 times, we are multiplying it by 10 raised to power 4 in the positive direction. Since we counted, it is a positive number. But mind you, whenever you have a decimal, you don't have 0 at the back of decimal. So the answer to this question will be something like 9.53 times 10 raised to power 4. So let's do the next question. You have something like 0.049. This is for decimal point. For decimal point, what do? You count till you cross the first whole number. So let's count 1, 2. This is the first whole number. You stop there. 4.9 times 10 raised to power. How many times we count? 1, 2, minus 2. Don't forget to put the minus since you are dealing with decimal. It will now be negative. When you solve this in your calculator, you get this back. Let's solve the next one. See, we have 0.0078. Remember the shortcut. This is just me giving you shortcut. There is, you can still solve it number. I'm just giving you shortcut so it will be easy for you. So we'll count till you get the first whole number. This is the first whole number. So 1, 2, 3. So it will be 7.8 times 10 raised to power minus 3. The number of times you count is that will be the power of the 10. Let me give you another example. This will be exercise 1G, number 3. You have 19030000. Now, this is a whole number. So assume there is an invisible decimal point here and count. So you get to the last. That reminds me, when you are dealing with whole number, the last beginning number is where you are going to stop. But when you are dealing with the decimal, the first number after the zeros is where you are going to stop. Take note of that. So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the last number starting the whole number, and we counted 6. So standard form will be 1.903. Remember, you don't have decimal because there is a decimal here now. You don't need to have 0 behind decimal. So we don't need to add all these zeros. So it will be times 10 raised to power 6 because it's positive. Let me do another one. Number 9. We have 0.123448. Remember the trick I gave you. This is a decimal point. So you count, you cross the first digit after 0. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be the decimal point will now be here. 4.8 times 10 raised to power what? Minus, because you are dealing with decimal. So this is how you keep doing it. When you have whole number, you count from the last part of the whole number till the first number starting the whole number and stop it there before the first number. When you have decimal, start from the decimal and stop after the first digit you see before the 0. And when you finish solving for whole number, always make sure that just know that there is no 0. Whenever you are solving for decimal, you don't see 0. Even if you want, try it on your calculator. Once you put 0, you notice that your calculator will do what? When you want to solve it, to remove the 0, you don't use get 0 behind decimal. You understand? So let's solve another one. Let's say number 17. We have something like 0.00764. This is the same as what? You count first 0, second 0. Now you have a whole number. So you have to put 7, 6, 4. How many times we count? 1, 2, 3. But since you are dealing with decimal, it will be 10 raised to power what? Minus. Then let's deal with another whole number. We have number 10 for this 1G. You have 1, 2, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0. This is a whole number. So there is an invisible decimal point here. You start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be 1.202. Now these zeros are now coming before this decimal point. You don't need them anymore. So just write your 10 raised to power what? And what did we count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 10 raised to power 6. So all these are your answer, and this is what standard form is all about. When you start going for higher studies like engineering and some financials, you see the importance of the standard form, where you have something like kilometers and the rest. When you have we all remember that the speed of light is 3 times 10 raised to power what? I'm not wrong. Maybe I don't know. I think 8 or so. I can't remember. This is a standard form. So when you are dealing with very large values, it comes in handy. So for this will be a simple introduction to standard form in this class. Thank you, and see you in the next class.